Sterling Holmes with FanSided with my co-host, my guy, Ben Gregory with Special Olympics. We are here unified with Gaming for Inclusion. We have a fun one here, Ben. Colton and Mason Rice are brothers and athletes from Special Olympics Colorado. They have been participants in the past in Gaming for Inclusion. Colton and Mason, how you guys doing?
Good.
I'm doing good.
You?
I am great. What's it like being brothers and doing all this together? This is crazy to me. First off, you guys look very similar. I was told one has redder hair, the other guy has little yellow hair, but you guys look so similar. You're both
I'm
big
the
into
yellow
gaming.
hair.
What's it like growing up together and doing all this stuff together?
Honestly, it's like a chaos.
True. We have our ups and downs. No, but we're trying to better ourselves now so that we don't argue a lot now. So, which we don't know how it's gonna go, but we're willing to give it a good challenge.
You guys argue a lot when you're playing games.
Not a lot.
No, not really.
All right, Ben, you got the next one here.
All right, so I'm gonna knock it out before Sterling takes it again. You guys are obviously big gamers. Can you guys tell me three of your favorite games each that you have?
Colton, you go first.
All right. Let's see. First one is a no-brainer. Forza Motorsport 7. Because one I
And
like.
we've also been playing the new Forza Motorsport game. Don't forget that.
First one was a Forza 7 for me. Second one, Mason is right. The new Forza. I've only played it a little bit, but it's a different than the Forza 7 that I did a gaming for an inclusion tournament on the 2 years in a row. Third one, would have to be MX versus ATV Reflex.
What about Horizon 5?
Yeah, Horizon 5. Yeah, but anything racing related, I actually like.
What about you?
Honestly, I'm more like a first-person kind of gamer. Like Destiny 2, Doom, and look, I can straight up name me a whole lot of them. It's easier to forget all of them.
Yeah. No, I completely understand that. Mason, you actually did the Gaming for Inclusion last year as well. What was your experience like just being a member and being a part of the Gaming for Inclusion tournament?
I liked the experience last year. It just made me feel more inclusive. And like give others the opportunity and show the world what it means to be disabled, but still have the chance to play esport qualified games like
Yeah.
Rocket League. In my brother's case, if you will, Forza Motorsport 7, which I'm not gonna lie, he freaking smoked the heck out of the competition right there. So credit to him where credit is due.
Yeah, I see that. You not only won, you won a trip to the Geico 500 in Talladega. Colton, can you talk a little bit about that experience there?
Uh, to be honest, the trip to the Geico 500 trip. Now keep in mind, I've not been to any NASCAR tracks in real life, so the Talladega was actually the first one that I've actually been into, and lucky enough, both me and my dad like watching more motorsports stuff, car shows. We like going to that stuff. Anything more sports, racing, car shows. We enjoyed the heck out of it.
Yeah. Anything that involves cars and going fast, huh?
Yeah, even the
Pretty
heck,
much.
yeah, even turning the wrenches on the cars that we like work on, fixing doing a breaks, all that stuff, dirty handiwork, but it's a good learning curve for people that want to get their hands on and they know. Plus the Geico 500 trip, it was a trip of a lifetime. I got to meet Martin Truex Jr. himself, and I got to take a photo with him, and also got to take a photo with Danny Hamlin.
Wow, that's really cool. That is really, really cool. Ben, you got the next question here.
So outside of the virtual gaming area world, what other sports and games do you guys compete in together?
For me and the Mason, we come up in 3 sports together. Mason competes in a few different sports. In a few more than I do. For me,
I can vouch for them and name them out if you guys want me to.
The 3 sports that both me and Mason do together, are flag football, basketball, and the soccer.
All 3 of those are at Regis.
Is it more fun for you guys to play on the same team or going up against each other?
Honestly, I don't want to be on my brother's enemy's side. Like, he's gonna freaking steamroll me.
Hey, Colton, is that true?
I am not even joking. He is terrifying when he gets out there.
I mean, true. Given
Like, he runs so fast, so freaking fast.
it's a fine Mace. To be honest, now Mace, I'm not gonna take anything away, but we know what both of us can do on and off the field. You know what our sports abilities are like. You know, like heck, you're a better goalie at soccer than I actually was.
Well, I try to be.
But that's actually true. You are.
Well, and that's what this is about. You guys are brothers, and you guys make such a great team. Are we ever going to see you try and team up? And maybe, I noticed you guys didn't say Rocket League, but maybe ever try and team up and be in the same team with Rocket League here?
Maybe, to be honest. But it's going to be hard because we only have one Xbox gaming console.
Yeah.
We're planning on getting the upgrade to that.
For you two, who have done this esports thing a few years in a row, and like Colton, you were a part of the inaugural one with the Forza Motorsports, and Mason, you did the Unified Rocket League tournament a year ago. What does inclusion involving esports look like to you guys?
Inclusion is basically doing the same thing as everyone else, and sometimes going the extra mile to include someone like both me and my brother. And it's kind of like a meaningful play in sports, but with friendships.
As for me, it's more of the opportunity to show the globe what the inclusive program has to offer those with disabilities like me and my brother. Like, for example, we have esports tournaments like every year, every single year. Colton's wanting the Forza tournaments brought back so badly, but he also thinks that they're hesitant because he might steamroll the whole roster again.
Yeah.
As for me, I'm still working on my own habitat, Rocket League.
Yeah.
I've got a cousin that's a diamond rank. So yeah, he does most of the carries. But he's got the aerial support on lockdown. I'll give him that.
In regards to these esports events that you say are constantly happening, what is it like when you're playing in these tournaments versus just messing around, whether you're playing with your cousin, with your brother, just by yourself? When you're playing in these tournaments, how do you prepare for these?
Honestly, I think I go through some mental challenges to like visualize different outcomes of the playing field. Like there's certain amount of outcomes, and none of them you can control. So what am I trying to say is that the more experienced you are or having, I think the easier the time is and the more fun it'll be for everyone.
What about for you? How do you prepare? You know, it's obviously sometimes you're not playing a game that you are maybe quite as passionate about or quite as good at. How do you prepare for something like this? Or even if you're used to playing by yourself and now all of a sudden you got to try and find cohesion with a teammate.
For me, now I've only been the only Colorado athlete to be able to compete in both Forza Motorsport 7 tournaments for 2 years in a row. So, for the first year, we were doing a bunch of qualifying with stock 2011 Subarus to get qualifying at times, like what division we are gonna be in, all that stuff. Then when we get done with certain laps on a certain track, we basically I would submit that time, So yeah, that, and when we're done with qualifying, they announce the cars we get to drive. For me in the first year, it was the 2017 number 18 the Toyota Camry NASCAR that we got to race on Road America and Watkins Glen.
So this one will be for Colton. You said you were it was that Toyota Camry number 18, right?
Yep.
I was actually in that race with you as well. So I was a part of that race. I think I ended up in third in that tournament. You won the whole thing. I remember that now. Can you give us like, how did they approach you about that? How did that come to, like, did they come to you like, hey, we want to do a racing game for esports. What do you think about this? Do you want to join?
I think we got an email from SO North America about that stuff. And I just figured, why not, and like give it a shot. And here I am. To be honest, those 2-year Forza tournaments were, I'm not gonna lie, those are really good races and all.
Mason, I'll start with you when I ask this one. If you could play with one celebrity, if you could play esports with one celebrity, who would it be?
Tyler Breeze from WWE.
Nice.
All right. He has the experience in the Rocket League.
So that's what you want. You want someone who you want to play with, but
recognizable amount.
Yeah, you still want to win. You got to have some experience here.
Thank you so much for last year, brother.
Colton, what about you?
For me, now I've not gotten to play against a celebrity in a showcase event, So, even though I had the opportunity to do it last year, basically 2 years ago when I won the second Forza 7 tournament, I couldn't do it that day because a family thing, Mace, I don't want you to bring that up. So that's how I got that's how I was able to do the Geico 500 trip, because it was just, yeah.
So as we mentioned the esport events, the Forza event that was put on by Special Olympics North America. Where would you like to see this go from, staying in the North American region, or would you like to see it go international even? play against people from around the world.
I think it would be a good idea to trying to get it out worldwide, because I'm gonna bet there are people out there that like to do the gaming stuff and all, but I'm gonna bet they can't do it because of well, think about it, they're out in a different country. So I think if we were to trying to get out worldwide and get people that are a part of SO programs and they like to do video game stuff, I think that would be a huge step, and so that people don't feel left out and all.
I want to give a huge shout out and thanks to Colton and Mason Rice, again, brothers and athletes from Special Olympics Colorado, for my co-host Ben Gregory. Fellas, this was so much fun. Thank you guys so much for your time.
No problem at all. Happy to take time out of my day for anyone, pretty much. Basically anyone who asks for an interview.